Okay, so imagine this. You're scrolling through Instagram, minding your business, and then boom. One of the most beloved couples from a Christian reality TV family just blew up the internet. A confession, a scandal, and evidence so bizarre that fans are still piecing it together. Stay right here because this story, it does not go where you think it goes. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm so glad you found this video because today we are getting into it. We are talking about Travis Clark. Yes, the husband of Katie Bates from the iconic Bringing Up Bates family. You know the Bates, big family, strong faith, picture-perfect image, the kind of family that brands itself on wholesome values and love. So when news dropped in January 2026 that Travis had confessed to having an affair, the internet did not take that quietly. Fans went into full detective, social media exploded, and honestly, the more people dug, the stranger this whole story got. So buckle up, because we are breaking down everything. The timeline, the evidence, the fan theories, and the twist at the end that genuinely had me speechless. Okay, so let's rewind, because context is everything here. Katie Bates, for those who don't know, is one of Gil and Kelly Jo Bates' 19 children. Yes, 19. The family rose to fame on their UP TV show Bringing Up Bates, which ran for years, painted this gorgeous portrait of faith, family, and commitment. Katie was always considered one of the more bubbly, relatable Bates girls. Fans genuinely loved her. She and Travis Clark got married, and from the outside, they looked like a dream. Cute couple, shared values, the kind of relationship their fan base looked up to. They were active on social media, posting family content, faith-based captions, the whole thing. Very on brand for the Bates world. But here's where things get interesting. And looking back, fans say the cracks were already showing. Over the months leading up to the confession, followers started noticing subtle shifts. Katie's posting style changed. There were fewer couple photos. Comments that used to feel warm and connected started feeling curated, performative almost. Like someone was trying very hard to make things look fine. And listen, on its own, that's not evidence of anything. Lots of couples go through quiet seasons, but when you combine it with everything else that came out, it starts to paint a very different picture. Travis, meanwhile, had his own social media presence, and fans who went back and combed through his content say there were multiple moments that, in hindsight, felt off. Vague captions, extended absences, a comment section full of questions he never answered. The evidence. Okay, so here's where things get weird, and I want you to pay close attention because fans put this together like a full-on investigation. First, the disappearing post. Around mid-2025, Travis reportedly removed or archived a series of photos from his Instagram. Now, normally people clean up their feeds all the time. No big deal. But fans noticed that the removed posts all had one thing in common. They were taken during specific windows of time that, later on, would become very relevant to the affair timeline. Coincidence? Fans did not think so. Second, the location tags. This one is genuinely wild. Eagle-eyed followers noticed that on multiple occasions, Travis was tagged or tagged himself in locations that didn't line up with what Katie had shared that same day. Small thing, maybe, but when it kept happening, people started screenshotting everything. Third, and this is where the story takes a shocking turn, a woman on social media began posting content that fans quickly linked to Travis. Nothing explicit, nothing with names, but the timing, the references, the energy of the posts lined up in a way that sent fan communities into overdrive. Reddit threads, TikTok breakdowns, YouTube deep dives. Everyone was connecting dots. The posts have since been deleted, but not before thousands of people saved them. Fourth, Katie's behavior during this period. She went notably quiet on platforms where she'd previously been very engaged. And when she did post, the captions shifted from couple-centered content to deeply personal, faith-focused reflections. Verses about strength through pain, about holding on to God when things feel impossible. Fans who had followed her for years said it felt like she was going through something privately, but couldn't talk about it publicly yet. One post in particular, a simple photo of her alone, with a caption about choosing peace even when it costs you everything, got thousands of comments from fans asking if she was okay. She never responded to a single one. But here's where it gets even more layered. Within the Bates fan community, which is deeply engaged, by the way. There were people who claimed to have insider knowledge. Family-adjacent accounts and close followers started hinting, without naming names, that something significant had happened within one of the Bates marriages. These weren't random trolls. These were accounts with years of credibility in the community. And when Travis's confession dropped publicly in January 2026, those same accounts basically said, "We knew." The confession itself, Travis publicly admitted to having an affair, expressed deep remorse, and stated that both he and Katie had committed to intensive therapy to work through the betrayal and try to save their marriage. It was raw. It was jarring. And for a fan base that had watched this family represent faith and family values for over a decade, it hit hard. Internet reaction. Y'all, the internet was not ready. Within hours of the confession going public, Travis and Katie were trending across multiple platforms. TikTok creators were posting reaction videos left and right. X, was full of threads breaking down the timeline, and the comments across every Bates-related account absolutely flooded. The reactions split into a few camps pretty quickly. Camp 1, complete heartbreak. These were the longtime fans who had genuinely invested in Travis and Katie as a couple. Comments like, "I defended him for months, and I can't believe I was making excuses for this," were everywhere. A lot of people felt personally betrayed, which tells you how parasocial the connection to this family really is. Camp 2, the "I knew it" crowd. These were the fans who had been posting theories for months and were now going back to their own comment sections to say, "Told you so." And honestly, their receipts were solid. Some of the call-outs people had made way before the confession were eerily accurate. Camp 3, and this one is interesting. The people defending the couple's choice to stay together and go to therapy. A significant portion of the audience responded with grace, saying that cheating doesn't have to mean the end, and that choosing to fight for a marriage takes real courage. These comments got a lot of engagement too, especially within the faith-based side of the fan base. And then there was the discourse about accountability. Because here's the thing. Travis confessed. He didn't get caught by a tabloid. He didn't get exposed by a screenshot leak. He came forward. And people had very different opinions about whether that changes anything. Final twist. Okay, so here's the part that made people's jaws drop. After the confession went public, fans started going back through the timeline with fresh eyes, and someone pieced together something that completely reframed the narrative. The theory? That Katie had known for a significant period of time before Travis made his public confession, that those months of vague posts, that emotional distance, those faith-based captions about pain and peace, that wasn't her processing something new. That was her already in the middle of deciding what to do. If that's true, and multiple people close to the situation have apparently hinted that it is, then Katie didn't just find out and react. She sat with the knowledge. She prayed about it. She chose, quietly and privately, to try before she had any obligation to perform that choice for an audience. And somehow, that makes the whole story feel even more complicated. Because now we're not just talking about a cheating scandal. We're talking about a woman who processed one of the most painful betrayals a partner can experience almost entirely in silence, in public, while being watched by millions of fans who had no idea what she was carrying. Ending. So here's what I want to know, and drop this in the comments right now because I genuinely want to hear your take. Do you think Travis and Katie can actually come back from this? Or is the damage too deep? And what do you think about Katie possibly knowing long before the public did? Does that change how you see her strength in all of this? Because this story is far from over, and something tells me we haven't heard the last chapter yet. If you're new here, subscribe, because when this story develops further, you are going to want to be here for it. And if you want more Bates family drama, I've got you covered. Links are right there. I'll see you in the next one.